and 23 yards.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on fourth down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on fourth down here early in the game.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That'll be complete to Cook. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now here's Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Check. Snickers, got spin. Check, crunch. 77.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 44 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Alert. Bravo.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 42 yards. They'll try and run it with McCoy. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again with McCoy. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. We're scoreless after 1. The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. It's Coleman here. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taking it in from a yard out. And they are able to, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On first down, Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Urlacher. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's second down. A quick throw complete out to Beckham. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. On third down, Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. The D brought the house, they called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible it?
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2.
Watch the screen.
Here's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Stills the intended target. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And he is all the way up past the 25. All right, CD, let's look ahead to Week 12, the week before Thanksgiving. Hard to believe some big games. It started Thursday night, Colts-Texans, to decide who would go ahead in that division, but also Seahawks-Eagles, a game that you're going to be doing. That's a big one.
It's a monster one, and if you look at the Eagles' record, you would think they absolutely have to have it. But in the NFC East, even a loss doesn't eliminate them, does it? But if they win, they could be neck and neck with Dallas. With Seattle, they're trying to keep pace and stay right on the heels of San Francisco in the NFC West. How about Dallas at New England? That's a big-time game. The Cowboys trying to maintain their lead in the NFC East. New England just one loss. And Green Bay at San Francisco. That game got flexed to Sunday night and deserved to be. That could be one of the better ones we'll see this year.
Yeah, that's a through an opening, and there he goes. Past the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Kenny Stills, 69 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gano the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
Going to drop this off to McCoy, complete. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On second down, it's Coleman. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Mike, like 80. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Roethlisberger. He finds Beckham, complete. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process. Roethlisberger now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. DJ Chark in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers, it only takes off with it. It's a fake.
And that's a lead that excites a team.
And the ball is knocked out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. Cordero Patterson, the 20, 10, 5. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. From one end zone to the other, 101 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Here's Roethlisberger, and he's got it. So they try for 2, successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all.
That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a trunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he gets it down to the 32. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the set.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Kenny Stills. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point try good by Gano. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. Now it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. 20!
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Big stop, P. Big stop. Let's go.
Running right, Portis. And the agility got him a few extra before he's taken down right at the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll run it here with Portis. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Jared Cook. Grab as his guys are back within a single score. Gano the extra point, and they're within 7 now at 28-21. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 65 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. It seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. Oh, and I think they got it. Yes, the Steelers have it. Well, they just scored. They got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak.
Scouting, scouting, scouting. They had to have seen something in their preparation for this game that told them in this situation, if they get the look they like, let's go ahead and go for it anyway. They like being bold.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to LaShawn McCoy. And now it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And this is Cook with a grab. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. Yeah, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Like 20. 50. Check three. Black and three.
Throwing again on second down. Roethlisberger letting one go deep. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. And he finds Stills, complete. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Mahomes now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 5 now. Mahomes. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Check. Watch 54. Hey, pick your game up.
From the gun, it's Mahomes going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anderson-Aho. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Demario Davis, his 2nd sack of the night.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Now Roethlisberger. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and it looks like Steeler football. It is.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and, in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger going to throw it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Robert Quinn able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Yeah, let's get set. Yellow. At the 14-yard line. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be second and 12. On second and 12, Roethlisberger. Throwing deep here for Coleman. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night, everybody.